Welcome to Theater Therapy, a podcast for movie lovers who treat going to the movie theater like a therapy session. With co-hosts Allie and Ems, we geek out and dive deep into all things movies, including top picks, movie reviews, best soundtracks, our current hyperfixations, and more. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy today's session. I hate just saying welcome back. Can you come up with something different?
Hey there!
Howdy, y'all. This is another episode of Theater Therapy.
Please leave that one in. Howdy, y'all. Welcome back. Oh, I still said welcome back. Oops.
Okay, so on today's episode of Theater Therapy, we are breaking down our favorite movie Christmas scenes. The scenes that live rent-free in our head. The scenes that we just can't stop thinking about. The scenes that are so gloriously beautiful, Christmas chill bringing that
Christmas chill bringing
that we can think of nothing else but those scenes. Those scenes that just make you want to cry.
Were those the
curl
qualifications
up.
for this list? Because I did not follow that.
Yes.
I think about other things. Like what? I think about more than just these movies.
No, I can't. Like
I'm
when
just
you
being a brat. I'm just trolling
I know.
you.
Anyways, these are the scenes that give you the ooey gooeys, give you the Christmas chills, make you feel happy, make you feel sad, that are just so heart-wrenchingly beautiful in one way or another that they stand out to you from the movie.
My list is not like that.
Okay, and if you watched the episode that came out at the
2
beginning of December, on the December 5th, Christmas music used in movies, you would know that Emily is a bit of a Grinch. And that stands still to this day. And for this episode, she's going to struggle a bit with coming up with her scenes, at least.
I made 4!
Wow. She doesn't really like watching Christmas movies.
I don't like watching Christmas movies, okay?
So, for some reason, she's a Grinch. I don't understand it.
And Allie's like, we have to have Christmas-themed episodes. So
You have to. You can't
I
not.
should do this type of episode for, like, literally just movies in general. But Christmas-specific, I'm like, what? I don't watch Christmas movies.
I know. In the future, we will do, like, a movie
Because then
scenes
I
that
will
live
have a long
rent-free in our
list.
head. Yeah.
But this, short.
But, anyways.
So
These will be the Christmas ones. And, yeah, I do have a list. I, again, try to keep it kind of dwindled down since I knew you wouldn't have very many. But the scene that made me come up with this idea is the top of my list. And
Dash and Lily?
yeah, Dash and Lily. It's not really a movie, but it's, one of those, like,
Christmas adjacent,
mini-series. Yeah. It's a Christmas, like, TV mini-series on Netflix. One of my all-time favorites. I watched it back in, like, October of this year. Already. Like, I watch it every year.
It came out a
multiple
couple
times.
years ago, yeah.
Yeah, but at the very end of that movie, so spoilers ahead.
Series.
Yeah, at the end of that series, they're, like, in this bookshop. He's decorated it all. They're sitting on the edge. Yeah, it's New Year's Eve. They're sitting on, like, in the little window, and they kiss, and, like, you pan out through the bookshelves, and there's, like, twinkle lights everywhere, and the fireworks are going off behind them, and, like, oh my gosh, I cannot pick a more romantic, cozy, Christmas chill scene. Like, that scene just makes me want to cry. That scene is so beautiful that I could cry watching it.
Because for context, that whole series takes place basically the week of Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, the last episode is, like, kind of like the week after-ish. And so you had all this Christmas stuff happen, and then, like, the magic of Christmas is still in it, and then you're moving on to, like, it's New Year's. She's supposed to move, like, to a different country, right?
Yeah, she's supposed to go to...
But she gets to stay, and he surprises her with this, like, first official date, kind of, and, like, it's very romantic.
I love that whole show. I could watch it every day, I swear. Okay, do you have one?
Yes, in fact, I have 4, okay?
Wow.
So, the first one, let's see, I'm going to talk about Polar Express first, because... Like I said in the last episode we did about Christmas music, I just love the music in this movie. And one of my favorite songs / scenes was the When Christmas Comes to Town scene as a kid. I just have loved that for forever. I mean, they're in the back of the train. They're trying to give this kid, like, a little bit of, like, hope and love. Mm-hmm. And they sing this song, and then you have, like, the stars in the night sky kind of, like, you see, like, presents and, like, it kind of, like, narrates the song. goes in correspondence with the song. I just think it's so beautiful. I just love that scene.
It is really cute.
The little kids' voices are like so like soft and innocent, and like, and as a kid, I always sing along to that song. I love that scene, and I just love that like they use like this night sky to like kind of like illustrate, I guess is the word I'm looking for, the song. So that was mine.
That's a good one. My next one is not really a Christmas movie, and it's definitely more of a morbid scene, like because of what happens after. But it's a winter setting, and for some reason, like, this scene just, like, it's shot very beautifully. It stays in my head. And is it a little traumatizing? Yes. Is that why I think about it? Yes.
What is it?
If I Stay.
Oh.
If you've seen that movie, you know, like, the preface of it. But it's, like, the main girl, she gets in a car crash with her family in winter. And then, like, she's kind of, I don't know, outside of her own body watching everything happen for the rest of the movie and trying to decide if she wants to, like, stay alive or, like, leave because she finds out several of her family members die. Anyways, right before any of that happens, it's, like, winter and they're, like, they got a snow day, so they're gonna go and, like, visit some family and, like, you know, have fun. And they're, like, driving in their car down, like, this kind of windy road. And it's, like, everything's covered in snow, the trees, and her family lets her be on the aux, and she puts on Beethoven, I believe. This beautiful song. Yeah, she's a violinist, and so, like, this song's playing. It's very dramatic. The way the music goes with, like, building anticipation for what's going to happen is great. But anyways, everything leading up to the crash, it's just filmed so beautifully that, like, it does just make you feel so cozy and stuff. And then, like, the music, that I think about that scene a lot. But it is also a bit traumatizing. So...
Well, then my next one is not really a Christmas movie either. But we had this on our list because kind of for this very specific scene. Seven versus Seven Brothers, when the Lonesome Polecat song that they sing in the middle of winter when the men are all chopping the firewood. Okay, first of all, this movie, super, super, super nostalgic for me because it's one of the ones, that my mom and I would watch, like, all the time. Yeah. And I think it's part of the reason why I love musical theater so much is because it's one of those movies that, like, I watched, like, all the time.
We watched it a ton growing up.
And that specific scene is one of my mom and I's favorite scenes we'd watch. We'd always just, like, sing along together. And her dad even loves that song. If you've seen that song, my grandpa would be like, oh, like, he knows that one. And so that scene is always one of my favorites from that movie. And also because of the fact that they dance in it. And since I'm a dancer, I really appreciate those men can dance in that movie. Oh my gosh. I love it. And it's not super, like, Christmassy.
Right.
But they're in snow. It's winter time. Their singing is just beautiful. That song is very just, like, soft and melodic. And they're dancing and you got dun 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 chop. And, like, I love, like, the chopping the wood, like, in sync with their dancing. Oh, it's just so beautiful.
Well, and then, like, they're, like, covered in snow. And, it's a very dreamy
like, it's just so...
scene.
I love that movie.
For a second,
and I love that scene.
For a second, I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna talk about the avalanche scene.
Oh my gosh,
like,
no.
What? But the avalanche scene's a good scene. That's a fun scene.
That movie is just beautiful. But yeah, that specific scene is one of my favorites from the whole movie. I love that song.
This isn't one of their winter scenes, but when they go to that, like, little community... The barn raising. That's my standout favorite
we should do a whole episode.
We should. I haven't watched that for so long.
On those old ones, because, like, that one, like, Sound of Music, Oklahoma, things like those.
My
like,
Fair.
My State Fair.
My State Fair, yeah.
Me and St. Louis, we could talk about that one, too.
Yeah.
Classics. You cannot touch those. Like, they are just perfect.
And there's something about, like, the way the audio is recorded and the way they're filmed and the way they talk throughout it that just gives it such a cozy, like...
I will say Seven Brothers is probably my favorite. I love that movie.
That was the one we watched the most, yeah.
The music is so beautiful. And that scene, like I said, the snow scene. Ugh, amazing.
So good.
So, that was my next one.
Okay, so my next one is Harry Potter. I mean,
oh my gosh, this one's the one's on mine.
Okay, we couldn't talk about
what I put?
This without Harry Potter, so...
This is what I wrote. I put down Harry Potter every time it snows.
Yeah. I mean, really, though, there's several moments throughout the entire series.
Almost throughout every single... book/movie. Because, I mean, in every book, they talk about them going on holiday.
Yeah.
In almost every movie, they do mention Christmas, I feel like. So, like, the first one, obviously, you got that famous...
Right.
Happy Christmas, Harry. Happy Christmas, Ron.
And then you have... One of my favorite scenes is, like... the Christmas season is starting or whatever, and so they have that the Christmas at Hogwarts song, yeah, and you see Hagrid pulling the Christmas tree in, and there's snow everywhere, and then like they play their chess, and like then there's a Happy Christmas, Harry, Happy Christmas, Ron,
and then you get some more Christmas stuff throughout the rest of it, and like Hogwarts when it's snowy is so beautiful,
it's such a Christmas. And then and like the Grand Hall where they eat with the tree and like the snow falling, like just I mean there's so many moments.
Well, I mean even. This is again morbid, but like in the last one, when Harry and Hermione are on the run, obviously, and they end up in Godric's Hollow, and she goes, Harry, I think it's Christmas Eve. I think it's Christmas Eve, not Christmas.
Yeah, I think it's
and
Christmas
like they're visiting his parents' grave, and she put the little like wreath of flowers, a mourning wreath, and like and it's snowing, and it's very like quiet and peaceful. And they're on the run, it's kind of scary at the same time.
Yeah.
But like I appreciate all of the Christmas moments. That's why Harry Potter to me is this time of year movie. Like I always watch it. That to me is my favorite Christmas movie with the Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it does have a lot of fun moments. I mean, even in, I think it's the third one is the third one, Prisoner of Azkaban, when Harry sneaks out and finds them in Hogsmeade and throws the snowballs at Malfoy, and they're walking around and there's like the carolers, and you know what I mean, like then it's just so fun.
I think it's in Order of the Phoenix when he spends because he saves Arthur Weasley's life, right? And he spends Christmas with them, and Hermione's there. Obviously they stay at the Order of the Phoenix, the safe house or whatever, all that stuff. So like there's lots of Christmas touches in Harry Potter, and I just love all of them.
Yeah, same. It's a good one.
So that was on both of our lists then.
This is another one that, like, it's a childhood one for us, and I don't watch this movie a ton anymore, but this scene is from the second one, Santa Claus 2. Oh. It always stands out to me. I mean, obviously, like, those movies are just Christmas in a cup.
They are
like,
fun.
They're very much Christmassy. There's several moments you could talk about.
From the second one, what are you talking about?
But the second one, like, it's a very romantic scene, and especially towards the end of the scene, like, when he has to find a wife, and so he takes her out on...
Isn't that
No, that's the second one.
You're right.
The second one,
Jack Frost.
Yeah, and she's pregnant.
That scene is cute when they're on the sleigh.
Yeah, they go on the sleigh ride, and they have like a, she's telling him more about herself, and they have kind of like a whole little conversation. Yeah, but then he makes it snow, and so then you see them like going down like the lane, and it's covered in snow, and there's trees, and it's snowing just perfectly on them. Like it's just so romantic.
I do love those movies.
I love that part.
Those movies are really good. We should talk about those a little bit more. Those ones are good.
They are really good.
Those ones, actually.
They have a lot of very fun moments.
Those are ones that I typically do try to watch at least the first two. The third one,
I love Jack Frost, but it's also like,
it's like a little too
weird.
Much for me.
Yeah.
Like I like it better when it's the first one he becomes Santa and Charlie's young, and the second one where he meets Carol and they get married. Because he's very like
the third one doesn't make as much sense. I'll still watch it occasionally, but the first two are the best two, I think. And the first one, you just can't beat all that Christmas nostalgia. No.
Like it is, and that is like childhood, because we watch those ones every year. We had them on VHS, man. Like we literally just like pop those babies in.
Yeah, so seriously,
rewind
like
it to the beginning.
Oh gosh.
Hit play. We're young enough that we're old enough, not young enough. We're old enough that we know what VHS players are, people, okay?
And we've experienced.
We know what that is.
But yeah, so that's a good one. That's one that will forever remain very nostalgic to me. And then I couldn't not include White Christmas on this list.
Oh my gosh.
Because that movie is very Christmassy. However, the scene I chose is actually not a Christmassy scene. But it's just so beautiful. And that movie as a whole is very like Christmas-esque and cozy. And like we were just talking about, it's like the old style of filming too. Yeah. The old like transatlantic accents. You know what I mean? Like the old dresses, and they're just so pretty, and
something
they do
about
the
them
dancing
hits different,
and the
to be
music.
Honest. They just they hit different.
Yeah. Anyways, there's this scene where and I've only seen the movie like once or twice, so I can't remember the characters' names. But if you look up pink dress dance scene, and it's like two of the main characters, they're like at this like party of sorts, and they're dancing together, and then like they go out onto like a little deck / patio thing, and they have this most beautiful dance. She's in this like stunning like light pink flowy, like, you know, the classic A-line type dress, and they he sings the song "The Best Things Happen When You're Dancing." I just love that scene. I love the dance. It's very nostalgic. Then again, like they have like their snow song and like everything else that happens once they get to like their little inn that they go to. So that's just a very Christmassy movie.
Want me to do my last one?
Yep.
Barbie Nutcracker snowflake scene. Because here's the thing. Like I said in the last episode, I grew up on the Nutcracker. Like, I was a ballerina. I was in the Nutcracker. But before I was a ballerina, I didn't start till I was like 11 or 12. Well, like 11. And so I'd grown up just watching Barbie Nutcracker like over and over and over again. And the snowflake scene always just was so beautiful to me because she just enters this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's greeted by the one little blonde snowflake pixie, and then she has all these like the snowflakes dancing around her, and like the way that they made that scene just like sparkle, like their feet and their hands glitter every time they move.
Yeah.
So they're dancing, and it's just like so magical, and like
and
they
they're
have all
just
these
like
formations.
on so cute to the music too.
Oh my gosh. And so then by the time I got older and I was able to be a snowflake in the Nutcracker, it was like a full circle moment for me because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm dancing. I grew up as a kid watching the scene, and I'm dancing to the song. So every time I hear that song, I think of that scene and of me dancing to it because it's just like, it was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And like the formations around her, and it's just like sparkling, and like that song is just so good. So that was my next scene. Of course, I told Allie, like, all my things that I picked have to do with songs.
Yeah.
But like kind of ties into the last episode we did. But I love that movie. It's just so, I mean, it's not perfectly accurate to like the Nutcracker's tale, but they did a really good job for Barbie. I think it was really fun. Yeah. And it's very nostalgic for me.
It is a super nostalgic one. I love all the dancing and the music.
I mean,
in that one.
Even they had the flower scene too, when she's in like the grove with the flowers. Right. Just every single time. So beautiful. But specifically the snowflake scene.
Even like the beginning, like when they're having that little party before she goes to sleep, and like the tree, and like
Uncle Drosselmeyer's house. Yeah. And like it's just, I just so good. You can't
so
top
nostalgic.
it.
Yeah, you can't.
And it's when Barbie was still good animation too. Nowadays it's crap.
Yeah, it's just gone downhill.
It's good. It's just really good. So.
But yeah, that's a good one.
What's your last one?
This will come as no surprise.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
I've only talked about it in every single episode that we've had that's related to the holidays so far this year.
I think you mentioned almost every episode anyways.
I know, but like this movie is so good. Yes, Serendipity. I freaking love it, okay? This movie, if I could explain how much this movie just like wraps me in like this just most tender love, and it's just in my soul and will forever be one of my favorites. I just cannot even explain it. I found it 2 years ago, and I've probably seen it 200 times.
Yeah.
And that's, like, not even an exaggeration.
You haven't even calmed down with your obsession for it at all.
It's just so perfect. It's so perfect. I cannot get over how perfect this movie is. It's just, it's everything I love and more. Anyways, when they first meet at the beginning of the movie, and they go to like the roller skating / ice skating rink, and they're like skating around and like chatting and stuff, and it's snowing, and she asks him like, what's your like number one favorite New York moment? And he's like, well, this is pretty high up there. And she's like, oh really? You know, like it's so sweet. The snow, the ice skating, the cozy vibes. They're so cute. You want them to be together. Obviously, then, like, they don't. They, like, split off shortly after that.
Do they end up together in the movie?
Yeah. But he, like, tells her, like, her freckles are, like, Cassiopeia. And it's, like, it's just such a sweet moment. And you have a full circle moment at the end of the movie. They've both been searching for each other. It's been, like, I can't remember how many years. Several years since they met. Like 5 or something like that. And he's at this, like, the skating rink. And, you know, he's like, I'm giving up. I can't find her, you know. He happens to have picked up her jacket that she left there earlier that day. He doesn't know it's hers. He has the glove. She has the other glove. And he's just called off his wedding. And she shows up to the skating rink because she's like, oh, I left my jacket there earlier in the day. So she goes and she sees him, and he's laying in the middle of the skating rink. It's snowing. He's like giving up. And she like walks out. They're like the only 2 people there. And he starts to cry. And then she goes up to him, and she's like, I'm Sarah or whatever, and they kiss, and it's snowing again, and it's so beautiful, and they finally share their, like, first kiss, and it's like a full circle moment.
Didn't they kiss before that?
No, I don't think so. That moment is so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's so romantic both times. I have a thing, though, for, like, ice skating, too. Like, I've always loved ice skating. And I've always thought that was like so romantic.
Just so romantic. It's just like immortalized in my brain.
I know. But anyways, that one will forever. And I could go on and say, like, you know, like the hot chocolate serendipity shop. Like, there's so many cute moments in that movie. Easily my favorite.
Like I said, Christmas is too specific for me. Like, I get that way about just normal movies. Like I was telling Allie my list. She goes, "We're doing Christmas," and I was like, "What?" Because I had a bunch of other ones put together. So I'll have to do another episode where we talk about just like non-Christmas
movies. General movies,
because then you'll get me talking. Because oh my gosh,
yeah, there's just like
movie directors have just such a way.
I know.
Like, I have such mad respect for them.
The way they like come
they can
up
like
with
literally
things.
just like create magic and like.
I know, I'm like, I don't, like, I can't fathom it in my mind how someone can be so good at, like, putting together a movie, making a story, like, come to life, make all the sets come to life, and, like, if it's CGI, make it so realistic and, like, beautiful and, like,
I
feel real.
Love it.
Yeah, Christmas. Freaking love it.
When we're posting this, it's going to be the 19th, so next week is Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Hope you got what you wanted. Hope you got to spend time with your family. Make some fun Christmas memories. We'll watch some fun Christmas movies. Drink some hot chocolate.
Remember the true meaning of Christmas. All that fun stuff.
Also, one more thing. I just have to throw in there. Lorelai Gilmore from Gilmore Girls. She's literally me when it comes to Christmas. She's obsessed with the snow and Christmas. And so she says she can smell snow whenever it's like about to snow. And she always goes outside during the first snowstorm and like drinks coffee or hot chocolate or something.
Snow.
I know, but like I romanticize it. For the first couple times.
Everything else.
I love romanticizing things.
Yeah.
So I will. When it like snows for the first time, I always listen to Christmas music. So. Yeah. We do. And it stays till April. So that's why I hate it.
On the sides of the roads. I don't like driving in snow.
Yeah. But when it snows, make sure to get yourself a nice steaming hot cup of hot chocolate.
Okay. Make sure to get yourself a nice steaming hot cup of chocolate.
Why did I sound like what's her bucket?
Moira from Schitt's Creek. Also, the way we just talked about how it hasn't snowed yet. We're filming this in November, so that's why we're talking about snow, and it actually hasn't snowed yet here.
Yeah, we're pre-filming these ones because the holiday season gets crazy.
Busy,
so by the time this comes out, we'll probably be sick of the snow. To be honest.
Definitely. Anyways, yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everybody.
And as always, follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Everything's tagged down below. Yeah. Comment, tell us what you think, comment your favorite movies, Christmas movies, what you want to see next.
Anything you want us to review, things like that, like always.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!